Namaste. I see the divine in you as you see the divine in me. Namaste. And isn't this the most beautiful time when we can learn to celebrate in a great love and learn to shine in a great light and learn to understand what divine love consciousness is truly about. My name is Suzanna Maria Emmanuel, and I'm the Divine Love Element in the Divine Ascension channel for the great program of the Great Chiron, who has always been the Mountain of Light, and the Great Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great, who are here to help us, guide us to the great flows of love so that we gain eternal love and peace within our hearts, and so that we can bring love and peace to this planet in ways that we never imagined before, and so that when we transition back to the great love realms, that we can forever be in the love realms and never have to experience density or pain frequencies ever again. So this is just the most beautiful time that we can experience divine love flows. So at the divine activations, we receive the codes of life and the codes of love, and now the greater gates are opening because it is 2020, and the divine alignment is coming very much so in 2020. And so we look forward to the greater teachings of the Great Chiron, who is going to teach us how to walk more into galactic love and what we can experience for those of us who are activated and who are becoming activated in the great love of the Great Chiron. So before I close my eyes to allow the divine teachings to come through, I'm going to read the forgiveness statement. And the forgiveness statement you receive at the divine activations with your own forgiveness codes. And when you do your forgiveness statement, once you're activated in a great love, you become part of a great collective love forgiveness being, or forgiveness code being, to allow greater love to come to this planet, because you can forgive for all of mankind and for all that has happened. And that is a most beautiful achievement that we can have in this lifetime. Chiron, I bring you now into my spaces of love and healing. I ask for your presence and for your love to be with me at this time. I forgive all that has caused my pain to happen. I release it now. I allow the angels to take it away for me. I bring in the love and the peace, and I desire to understand more joy and self-love. I surround myself with the highest loving divine beings who are here to take care of me. I let go of all fear within me. I release it. I trust that all things are perfect as they are. I'm ready to love myself and all of life more. Thank you, Chiron. Thank you, great divine love. And thank you very much for desiring the great love to come back within your heart and to be upon our planet. And before I close my eyes, I'm just going to have a little sip of water, because I won't have a break between the channel sessions. And so Namaste. Greetings. I am Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great. Greetings, dear sons and daughters in the light. Happy are the ones who have accomplished coming to this time of the great ones. Happy are the ones who desire to see the great light rising. Happy are the ones who desire to understand how to walk in divine love flows. Welcome to the times of the great ones. Happy are those who've been praying for this time. Great Sovereign Lord Emmanuel, when is the time coming of the great prophecies? When will that one return? That was Jesus 2,000 years ago. When will we hear the words of your being, Great Father? And so it has come to be that the great times of the great prophecies are now upon your plain. 2,000 years ago, Jesus was with the people, and he always stated, blessed are the ones who desire to see the light being part of their hearts, and who desire to seek what is love within their hearts, for they will become part of the great promise. The people 2,000 years ago understood a little about the great promise, but they asked Jesus, tell us, with the great Father Emmanuel, what is the great promise? What is it that we can look forward to? And Jesus was quiet, and he allowed my being, the great Father Emmanuel, to speak to them. Happy are the ones who seek the great promise within themselves, for know that all things will become of love. One day you will inherit the earth of the love, and you will see the light shining within all the heavens, for they will be yours too. You will inherit both the earth and the heavens when you stay in the love. Therefore, remain in the love. And each time you ask, Great Father, what is it that we can do? Know that this answer will come to you. Seek divine love and seek the great light, and you will see all these things taking place. Understand that a light will come that has not been upon this plane before, and you will see it rising within you, and you will feel it rising within you when you desire the love to come within your hearts. But it's only for those who seek the love within their hearts who will receive the greatest treasures of all the great heavens. And all those great treasures will be so valuable, more than all the gold and the silver. But what is gold and silver when those treasures are here upon the earth? When you can have the greatest treasures in all the heavens that give eternal love and freedom. Those are the greatest treasures. It is the love and the freedom. Those are the greatest treasures. Therefore, always seek the greatest treasures. And they are found within the heart. And when the great Father returns, know that your time of the great promise is near. Only if you have been seeking those great treasures. And so he became quiet. In the silence, they meditated. Come, Jesus said, with the great Father Emmanuel, who is my being, for I spoke through Jesus. Let us pray in the silence. Great Father Emmanuel, teach us to walk in divine truth. Teach us to be in the heart of love. Teach us never to let go of the love, but always to seek divine guidance. Teach us to be of love, and teach us the new way of love. Teach us to forgive all that has taken place, so that no anger or pain is within our hearts. For then the greater love can become a part of us. Let us go and speak to others of our great truth that is within us. For the great truth is found within us. And when we find divine love within us, we become the great truth. So then we become teachers of great truth. Teach us to do your will, great Father, so that others may learn to shine in the great love. At this, the people were amazed, and they began to clap. Thank you, Jesus, for being the message. Thank you for being the Word. Teach us, what is the Word? When the great Father tells us through you that you are the Word that came here to this earth in the flesh, teach us what that is. For we know your words speak of divine authority, for we've never heard these teachings before. So we know they are not of men, for we don't know that wisdom. Jesus, teach us. What is the Word? Please teach us. Great Father Emmanuel, great Emmanuel that speaks through you. Jesus, teach us. And then they remained quiet. And as the great Father Emmanuel began to bring these words through, know that the great Father, which is my being, the great Emmanuel, loved all of creation so much that I created the most divine creation that spoke only of love, that could only bring love. For one needed to become chosen to bring the teachings or the words, the thoughts of my being through. For how else will you know that all things are promised to you? For that is how much I loved you, and I love you always, to teach you how to come back into the love so that all the promises may become yours. For then you become the heirs of the great kingdom that is coming. And imagine you becoming part of that. And it is your inheritance to always become part of that. Imagine you being able to become kings and queens, sitting on the thrones of creation. That is how much I, as a great Father, love you. And so one needed to become created to bring that to you. For how else could you find the way upwards? How else would you know the love? Only love can be in those higher places. And because I desire for all creation to be shared so that great creation can come into all the universes, I needed to bring that one messenger from the highest realms through to your planet so that you too can become part of all the greatness. And my table, it is always full of greatness. It is a feast. All that participate in the great feast become of greater love. And so know that when you participate in the great love, that you become greater still. And so it was silent. And the people were in awe of it. And one rose and said, Jesus, we recognize the authority within you. We desire to follow you. We desire to hear the words of Emmanuel because we realize that whatever we ask, it so is given. We ask many other of our spiritual leaders questions, and they show us books and laws. We live under those laws and they're restrictive. But you don't carry those books with you. All we need to do is ask you, and then you begin to speak with the Emmanuel, the great Father, and we honor that Jesus. And that beautiful man bowed in respect. Jesus said, get up, never bow to anyone, nor angels should be worshipped, nor me. I am simply a man being sent to you to speak. I do it with love from my heart. I want to show you how to live a greater life, because I know the Great Father desires that to help you understand the great laws of love versus the laws of the people, for they are the burdens of the people, whereas the laws of love are freedom. There are only two laws, two main laws, and yet there are many more. Love the Creator, the Great Father, with all your heart and your mind. Desire always to work in the great love, and then He will forever bless you. Keep your hearts open to the great love, and then you will love each other. Go and love each other. Forgive each other. Stay in that love, and do not bring judgment to another. For all things are of the great love. Stay in the divine love and learn to become of greater love. Learn to be in the great forgiveness. And ask, what is it that I can do to bring divine love to this planet? What is it that I can do to further expand the greatness? And so the people learned. Many became followers of Jesus. In those days it was difficult to understand what the great promise was, because they heard those words, but they did not know how to move forward with the teachings. Jesus could never gain that greater information, but He saw many things together with His friends, and He spoke of it. Know that a time will come when the Great Father will return, and as the Word will return also, because only one has been chosen to speak. When you hear these words being spoken, know that your deliverance is close. And the people asked, how do we recognize the words if you're someone else, Jesus? Jesus said, you will be someone else too. How do you know you won't be a woman or a man? How do you know you won't be someone else? But it's still you, is it not? You may look in the mirror and you may see someone else, but it's still you. In each lifetime you evolve. You learn more experiences. Therefore I won't look like Jesus either. I'll look like someone else. And they asked, will you be a man or a woman, Jesus? And Jesus stated, in the time of the great coming, the great woman will rise up. So it is very likely that I may be a woman. Many of the men didn't think very much of that. Woman? A woman can't talk with the Great Father Emmanuel, Jesus. You need to be a man. Jesus stated, but a woman has the greater heart. And in those days, the greater heart of the Word will need to shine. I am a man because I've been sent as a man, because the people won't listen to women speaking. Imagine if a woman spoke with the Great Father Emmanuel. It would be considered a sin, would it not? So I've been sent as a man in this lifetime. But all things need to be taken into consideration. As a woman, I can bring in much more love because it is the divine feminine. And the great Creator is feminine within all things, even though He calls Himself the Great Father Emmanuel. It's because we see all that with our thoughts. The Great Father is not a man nor a woman, but it is a force of creation. It is to be respected and loved. Therefore, do not judge men or women, but be in love of all, and know that the woman will rise. So in all ways, never stand in a judgment, but allow the wisdom to come to the earth, and accept that wisdom in however way it comes. And so those were the teachings through Jesus. Now I, as the great sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great, welcome Suzanna Maria Emmanuel, the designated divine word. Only that one would rise as the word. And that one holds the key to all the greater creation. Greater creation is here to help you to develop the love within your hearts. So listen to these teachings if it is within your heart. Understand that the divine pathway is returned. Come, all children of the light. Listen to the teachings of divine and know that only one has been chosen to bring the divine teachings through. And they who come to the great mountain of light, the eternal shelter of all of creation, will become eternally blessed. Not only now in this lifetime, but forevermore. For they have listened, and they have prayed, and they have stood strong. Greetings, I am Sovereign Lord